Hello and welcome to another episode of Scott Reads Comics. Today I would like to cover Marvel Value Stamps, A Visual History by Roy Thomas. This amazing volume came out in 2024 from Abrams Comic Arts, a partner of Marvel Comics. And I have wanted to cover this for a while since it came out probably about 4 or 5 months ago. It is, if you love Marvel history, if you love art from the Silver Age of Marvel Comics, then this is the book for you because it's really an amazing retrospective on a promotion that Marvel did throughout the 70s that caused fans to cut up literally thousands of comics to remove these incredible value stamps. So that goes into the history of that program by someone from who was there at the time, who had a hand in it. It was a Stan Lee idea, but Roy Thomas was one of the people responsible for executing that idea. And the features in this book are just so phenomenal. Abrams makes such great books. So there were 100 value stamps. And so rather than have blank end papers, they've made use of the end papers here, printed the first 64 of the stamps of the first series, and then if you turn the page, you get up to 96. So value stamps 1 through 96 in Series A are all reproduced right when you open the book. And we have our title page here. This is it, True Believer, your Mighty Marvel Value Stamp book. This is stamp book number 628697. So this is a photostat, I'm guessing, a scan of the covers to the Marvel Value Stamp books. This was, I guess, the Series A one, and this is the Series B book. The idea was you could post these stamps into your book, and when you completed your book, filled it up with all 100 stamps, you could take it to a local convention or store or somewhere that was participating and get some kind of free gift. So a nice dedication here, dedicated to the memory of Stan Lee, who stamped his and Marvel's likeness on 2 hemispheres. Roy Thomas, what a great little dedication. So the introduction is really the story behind the stamps, how they came to be, how they were executed, and it is a lengthy introduction filled with nuggets of Marvel history and lore. And here's the original announcement in the bullpen bulletins page that appeared in many comics at that time. Item. All right, Sahib, it's teaser time. See if you can guess just what this thing is, smack dab in the middle of our bombastic bulletin page, besides a picture of the ever-incredible Hulk, that is, and why we stuck it here anyhow. So they're teasing the coming value stamp program. Really awesome. And it came from a British, the idea, I believe, from my reading of the introduction, came from some promotions that were done in the UK for Marvel. And then it was kind of brought over here. Here's another teaser for it. One of the things I love about this volume, and you're going to see that up here, is number 100 from Series A. So it was totally awesome. It was kind of, you got heroes, you got villains, but they figured that Series A, the 100th stamp, would have to be something spectacular, and indeed it is the visage of none other than Galactus, the World Devourer. Great Kirby artwork there. There's a young, rascally Roy Thomas. I'm a member of the Roy Thomas group on Facebook. It's a great group. It's, if you like comics history and if you love Roy Thomas as much as we do, it's a great place to visit and join. So here's a flyer for one of the first Mighty Marvel comic conventions, the Hotel Commodore. The program for the Mighty Marvel Comic Convention held at the Hotel Commodore in New York City on March 22nd and 23rd and 24th, 1975, included a photo of Marvel Value Stamp collectors at the 1974 San Diego Comic Convention. So pretty cool. And you can see too right here, Abrams makes great books. This is a sewn binding. This book is designed to stand up to repeated readings and references. Oh, there's Irving Forbush. Series A 101, a little bit of a gag stamp. There's Willie Lumpkin, number 102. Of course, Marvel tried to bring them back, but the modern art just doesn't do it for me. And I'm going to go on as I page through this pretty quickly to just gush about everything I'm seeing because it's just so incredible. The old promotional stuff featuring the characters is really great. The other nice thing about this, and there are many nice things about it, but another nice thing about it is we're going to get to see, as most of the value stamps appeared on letter pages, we're going to get to see dozens and dozens of old Marvel Letters pages. And I love Marvel Epic Collections. I wish they had allowed pages for the Letters pages in those. I know you can get them in the omnibus format, but the omnibus format I am no fan of. I will never purchase an omnibus. They're just unwieldy and, to me, not very fun to read. See, you're supposed to paste your stamps here. One of those great early live action Spider-Man shots. So yeah, so now we're going to go through some of the first listings of the first value stamps. Here's 1 through 8, 9 through 16. And it's great too. Later on in the book, we're going to see the art in its native form, because this art was not done for the stamps. It was taken from Marvel artwork that had already appeared in comics and sort of taken out of context, if you will. This one right here, number 54. This is the value stamp that is in Hulk 181. This is the biggest heartbreaker value stamp in my mind, because if you score a copy of Hulk 181, if it looks in decent shape, almost the first thing you do is you go to that letters page and you see if Shauna the She-Devil is hanging out there. And if she has been cut out, your heart breaks. But yeah, so I always associate that one with Hulk 181, first appearance of Wolverine. They have some inspired choices too. They didn't just take the cream of the crop characters like the Plunderer, Kazar's brother, the Plunderer, no powers, just like a gimmick villain with a goofy costume. He shows up in a value stamp. Now, of course, at this time, Marvel didn't have the multitude of characters they have now. This is still like the 70s, and they're still building their universe, but strange choice, the Plunderer. Love this Stranger. Leader's great. So 94, 95, 96, 97 Black Knight, 98 Puppet Master, 99, and then 100 Series A Galactus. Who'd you think we were going to feature? Millie the Model. Pretty great. Here's another shot of that stamp collecting book that you could send away for. I think it was a couple bucks. They had an ad for it earlier when I was paging through. So whole section on artwork sources. Value stamp number 1, apropos, Spider-Man. Here's where they took it. And notice too how out of context they can change the angle of the image, and that's what they did here. And they actually changed the nature of the artwork too. I would assume the Bullpen did this, Marie Severin or someone. And of course, this appeared in an issue of Thor, and we have the Hammer Strikes letters page. So it's great to see some of the old letter hacks in action. Great, incredible Hulk here. This one's very true to of course, they did recolor his pants, the traditional purple there for the value stamp. Really great. Conan. I'm going to start flying through here a little bit because I do want to page through most of this book. Oh, this house ad, so awesome. And of course, this issue of Thor that this value stamp of Thor appears in has this house ad for the first appearance of Wolverine, and now this issue of Thor is worth a lot more than it was, simply because it has this house ad. for the first appearance of Wolverine and Hulk 181. Totally great. Oh, love that Werewolf by Night, and that's where they got it from. And they say, opposite 7, Werewolf by Night, from Daredevil 114, October 74. Stamp also appears in Tomb of Dracula number 18, March 74. Art by Gil Kane and Don Perlin. Really nice. Oh, love that ad too. Yeah, so we can see here, we're getting all this awesome Marvel history in between these covers. Look at that Deathlock. Really great. Oh, and here we get the circulation information. Too small for me to read without a magnifying glass, so I'm not going to try it. Oh, love this Nakantu, the Living Mummy. Really great. John Romita Sr. artwork. So John Romita Sr. was incredible. Love this Iron Man here taken. They took a couple value stamps from this Avengers 58 cover. Oh, giant size Master of Kung Fu. Yeah. This is obviously appeared in an issue of Hulk. There's Black Bolt, stamp number 17. Warriors 3 characters on a stamp. Have there ever been that many characters on a stamp? We'll have to pay attention to that. Brother Voodoo, totally great. Gene Colan, Dan Adkins. Call, that's Mike Plug. Man Thing. Yeah, these are great. This the pages on this is very high quality pages. I love that it's non-glossy. So easy to read and reference. Oh, Super Adaptoid. This was a great story. Early John Buscema Avengers. People associate John Buscema's run on Avengers with Tom Palmer, but it was a decently long run, that first run. But I think Tom Palmer really only inked 8 or 9 of those, 20 or 30 issues on Buscema's first run. A lot of it was people like Vince Colletta, Frank Giacoia, good inkers, but not that distinctive Palmer inking style. MODOK, it's a recolor on stamp number 31. Herb Trimpe and Jack Abel. Great team up there. Awesome Red Skull. Invisible Girl. Mr. Fantastic. Kill Raven. That's a nice Herb Trimpe, Frank Giacoia. Oh, and here's this one too. This looks like this. So was this an issue of Daredevil? Yeah. From Daredevil 115. So this would be one worth tracking down too, because it also has the Wolverine house ad. First appearance of Wolverine in Hulk 181. Have to stick a pin in that one, folks. Hang on, I'm about to do that. See if I can track down Daredevil 115. Great Barry Smith Conan there. Awesome choice for Power Man, or I should say Iron Fist. Stand corrected there. Always loved the Gladiator. Cool villain. Great in the Miller run of Daredevil when he sort of teams up and helps Daredevil and Elektra fight the Hand. Enchantress. Very cool. Mantis. This one. It's some Ditko. Kraven the Hunter. Also Ditko. Odin from Jack Kirby and Vince Colletta's long run on Thor. Oh yeah, awesome Black Panther here from Rich Buckler and Frank Giacoia. I thought that was Billy Graham for a second, but it's Buckler. Who again, Buckler was an amazing artist, very accomplished. He could do it all. Bucky gets a stamp. Quicksilver, awesome John Buscema. Grim Reaper. There's that Shauna the She-Devil stamp. So yeah, this is from, yeah, I think this is from Hulk, yep, Hulk 181. From the Incredible Hulk 181, November 1974. Stamp also appears in Astonishing Tales number 23 and Man-Thing 13. That's Shauna the She-Devil's Ross Andru, Vince Coletta. Two Gun Kid. Vulture. Love this Mandarin. Some of the art in the stamps is better than others. It pops more than others. The Golem. I thought he was the Living Colossus. I get those two confused. Kazar or Kazar, whichever you prefer. The Red Ghost in one of his Super Apes. There's the Plunderer. I can't think of a less threatening villain for Namor. Maybe Frogman. Marvel Value Stamp for Sith, number 64. Yeah, if you like Silver Age artwork, I mean, this collection is, it's $30. I mean, you can't beat it. I got it at my local comic shop, Phantom of the Attic, in the Oakland section of Pittsburgh. I'm sure Ides has it. Other shops have it, New Dimension. You can order it, obviously, on Amazon. I prefer to try to support brick and mortar shops when I can, but if you don't have one, if you're not lucky enough to have a good shop, then this is readily available. Oh yeah, Dormammu, the Dread Dormammu. Great swordsman here from Gene Colan. This owl does not transfer well. They mucked it up somehow. The coloring is bad on it. It's a little muddy. I would have preferred if they stuck with the coloring of the original artwork, but not sure why they made that decision. There's Kang. Lovely Ghost Rider there. Oh, this is great from, what is this, Hulk 171. When the Rhino and Abomination team up to fight the Hulk. And I have the, I don't have it, but my friend Jan was visiting last year, and we listened to the record album of that story. Marvel used to release these audio albums to go with the comic. It was pretty great. It was actually a 45 record. Dragon Man, there's Doc Doom making his appearance on number 84. Lilith, Dracula's daughter. So some real fringe characters, along with, of course, some stalwarts. There's J. Jonah. I have this Sinbad. It's awesome. Golden Voyage of Sinbad is my favorite of the Harryhausen films. So great. Great leader. Hammerhead. Sort of a lesser tier Spider-Man villain, but a cool character. Here's Hercules taken from just like a character study from Marvel Team Up 24. There's that ad for Sinbad again. Cool Planet of the Apes ad. This Surfer is great. John Buscema, yeah. Chick Stone. Ditko Electro. Oh yeah, Gil Kane. Artwork there on the Mole Man. Doc Ock, some more Ditko. That's a nice Black Knight. I like that little spot shadow they put behind him. We're getting to the end of Series A here, folks. So 99. And then, so Value Stamp 100 appeared in Amazing Spider-Man 145, Submariner 72, and Fantastic Four 154, fittingly. Kirby Sinnott artwork, beautiful. And it's interesting that they took the head from here, and obviously had to be completely recolored because they couldn't obviously use this weird green. It was a traditional purple for Galactus. And oh yeah, so this is Series B now. Well, Series B, interesting, they made more like, they're almost like puzzle pieces that you had to assemble. Kind of similar to those King Kong cards we got, collectible bubblegum cards we got as kids, they would have a puzzle piece on the back of the card, and you had to try to assemble the whole puzzle of King Kong standing between the World Trade Center. So here's what Series B stamps would look like when you assembled them into a single image. There's the numbers there. I don't like that. I think Series A was better with just the images, rather than trying to go with this puzzle scheme that they had going. The nice thing about this part of this book, though, is you're getting the complete letter page, which is cool. And I'm going to take more time, obviously, not while I'm recording, to dig into these letter pages. I love to find letter writers who would later show up as professionals. And there's some good letter writers I followed over the years. I think T.M. Maple was more of a DC letter writer, but there's a number of others who were fun to follow. Just some great Marvel history. Okay, so here's more Series B. This time you're putting this picture of the Hulk together. Again, the image is obviously going to be segmented and weird, and I don't know. Just I as a kid, I would have been less inclined to cut these out. I mean, just to fill out the puzzle image. That would have been a great stamp right there. That Guardians of the Galaxy in action, running forward. Yeah, this is a bit more gimmicky. Here's a letter from Ralph Macchio, who would become a Marvel professional. It's funny, too. It's a letter about Marvel 2-in-1 number 13. Ralph Macchio would go on to write one of the greatest Marvel 2-in-1 series stories in the 100-issue history of the title, the Project Pegasus saga. And also the Serpent Crown Affair, another of them, him and Grunwald teaming up to write those two amazing mini epics. So, fun to see the early stirrings of a comic writer in the letters pages. Again, you're getting plenty of artwork here in this book for $30. What a steal. I'm going to fly through to the end here. Yeah, that's cool. Tomb of Dracula. Tomb of Dracula, what a long run that had at Marvel. And of course, Tomb of Dracula was canceled for quite some time after, when they had the vampire story running through Doctor Strange in the 80s, where Strange used a page from the Darkhold to destroy all vampires. For a long time in Marvel, there were no vampires because Doctor Strange had destroyed them all. There's a nice Mighty Thor stamp there. Yeah, I don't know if anyone who's watching this, maybe in the comments, if you had a value stamp book, or if you've seen one in a collection or come across one in a shop somewhere. Let me know what it looked like, were the stamps in it, was it complete? Frank Brunner there, I think, yep. It's a classic. Oh yeah, this is Ulysses Bloodstone. This is from his cup of tea he had with Marvel before they unceremoniously killed the character. Here, folks are reacting to the first appearance of Doc Samson. Oh, no, this is after. Oh, yeah, so they're commenting on Hulk 193. So this is much after his first appearance. He'd be a regular cast member at this point in the Hulk, 193. Let's level with Daredevil. The name of these letter columns is great, too. Ever-loving Blue-Eyed Letters page, that was Marvel 2-in-1. Hammer Strikes is obviously Thor. I remember for Captain America for a long time, the letters page was Let's Rap with Cap, which is pretty funny. Comments to Cage. Of course, Avengers Assemble. Strange Mails is Doctor Strange. Defenders Dialogue. Greenskins Grab Bag, one of my favorite letter column titles. Cables of Champions. That one's kind of lame. Spotlight Mail. So that was obviously Marvel Spotlight. Tomes to the Tomb. That's Tomb of Dracula. Mind Locks. I have no idea Mail it to Team Up. Let's Level with Daredevil. There it is again. Hyborian Page, one of the greats. Missives to the Master, Master of Kung Fu. Jungle Reaction, that's a truly great one. Bad Tidings, that's Namor. Foom, the Marvel Marching Society. Friends of Old Marvel, I believe it stands for. Oh, this is great. John Buscema here. And that's it, folks. Oh, cool. This is what it would have come in the envelope for your collection book. But that's it. That is the Marvel Value Stamps and Visual History book. Totally great. Can't recommend it more highly. An incredible slice of Marvel history in one affordable book. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I'll bring you more soon on Scott Reads Comics. Thanks for watching.